Hi again, everyone, with Charles. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game. And I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A quick throw outlined to Mooney. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
Ready,
how to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
65 on left line. Hey, smash, check.
Now Willis. Now they set up the screen. That's good play. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Fields going to keep it running left. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at the defense for these Texans. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. Now he's free at the 35, and he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass, 44 yards.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond, but on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
On first down, Fields. Darnell Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Armadillos put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll keep it on the ground. Conway takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. When you look at this defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
3rd down, it's Willis. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
This is taken at about the 14. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And they'll begin by running the option. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Fields going to keep it once more. Across, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Armadillos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Houston set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
Check, check. No, no.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, here's Willis. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hayes. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Here we go. Back.
Here we go on 4th down. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Antoine Winfield on the tackle. A gain of 11 on the play. And an Albuquerque first down.
And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, Scott.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Complete to Washington. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line.
First down, Armadillo.
Play action. It's Fields. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Fields throwing again. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And now out comes Houston. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here we go.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready.
Here's Willis. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Conway. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Willis. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And pausing here for an injured player, and not what you want to see. That's Malik Willis, who is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here we go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 40-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 35-yard line.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Throwing again is Fields. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now Fields. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. To the air again, Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Conway. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Fields now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back in.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
3rd and long.
Here we go, son.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, as the first half is winding down. And the Armadillos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Come on.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Ready up. Check.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And quickly they get to the line.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Nifty move. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Stiff-armed him. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a 2nd and 2. Hall on a give up the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the option right is Fields. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 11-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They've thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Armadillos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Let's go now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
On first down, Conway. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Bronco switch. Bronco, reload. Ready, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Conway. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Go.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt, and that is no good. And they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Fields.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Go.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Slot man moves right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Here we go.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Right.
Here's Fields.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And an Albuquerque first down.
Fields on 1st down.
And this is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Here's a diving catch right side. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hands it off out of the gun.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let go.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. And now they're in the hurry up.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
33-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. And an Albuquerque 1st down.
In motion, the tight end.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a give up the middle. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here we go.
Oh, the option left is Fields. Down the left sideline. He may go.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hayes.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Second and 10 now from the 27. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Here we go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the Texans' 16-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Albuquerque, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.